and welcome to my first trucking video in this job. It is currently 4:45 in the morning. I'm parked outside of the docks. I have to go in and get my trailer. It wasn't here last night, so I've had to wait till this morning to go in and get it. I want to start early because I want to get down the road and hopefully I can get all my deliveries done today on that trailer. I have 4 deliveries and the first one is in Swindon. I just need to get out, do my daily checks on the unit, then I can go in, get my trailer, do the daily checks on the trailer, and then I can go.
And just like my job at Wayne's Transport, the daily checks are the first thing that I do in the morning. Everything's looking good, so I can carry on with my day.
So in this job, I have an app on my phone to do the daily checks, to fill out the daily checks. That goes straight back to my boss. And I'm just going to start it. I can't do any of the trailer stuff yet because I haven't got it. I don't understand why people beat when they're coming out of here. Literally everyone's asleep. Right, that's that done. Let's go. Morning. CB12.
That's been put on hold by HMRC. You'll have to ring someone in your office, they'll have to try and get in touch with them.
Things like this aren't so great when you work for a very small company, knowing that I'll have to wake my boss up when he has to go out and drive today. So I'm going to try and sort it myself first and only ring Chris at a last resort.
Oh, up to the left and go in that office.
Right, alright, thank you. This is not how I wanted to start the day. Let's go and see if I can find out what is going on, because this is silly. All sorted, thank goodness. I've got my ticket. So, I can go and find the trailer, and I've got to go and find it in a sea of other trailers. Not what you want at 4:45 in the morning.
But the good thing is, I did it all without having to wake my boss up.
I'm hoping I'm just going to come around the corner, and I'm going to see it. I've seen it. So somebody else is hitching up right next to me. Put the air down on the back end.
I back in under the trailer and I stop just before I reach the pin. And even though I've hitched up trailers plenty of times before, I still get out to have a look. I check that the pin is in line with the fifth wheel and then I put the air up so that the fifth wheel meets the bottom of the trailer. Then I can jump back in and reverse onto the pin. Once I hear it click into place, I do 2 shunts forwards to make sure it is definitely in. Then I can get out and finish off the hitching up process. And the very first thing I do is put the safety clip on. Then I connect up my Susies, and unlike at Wayne's, I don't have a hydraulic hose to connect or an Anderson lead. The next step is winding up the legs. Thankfully they go up quite easily, as at this time in the morning I don't want to be putting too much effort in. And of course I must remember to put my number plate on the back of the trailer, which literally just clips into place with no hassle. Because I am just picking up this trailer, I open the back door and check inside.
So I've got my paperwork which was on the back of the trailer, and I'm just going to check through the trailer, make sure I know where everything is on the trailer. I've got 4 drops, 1 in Swindon, 1 in Doulting, 1 in South Molton and 1 down near Indian Queens.
On the trailer is a number of items manufactured by Fleming Agriculture in their signature blue colour, although they do make a green version of their trailers as well, just in case you want to match your tractor with your trailer. My boss loaded this trailer over in Northern Ireland and then sent it unaccompanied on the ferry from Belfast to Liverpool. I've got no doubt that the straps were super tight when it left Chris, but you never know what may have happened on the sea journey over. So I check around to make sure that nothing has come loose. I also check through my delivery notes to make sure that everything is on the trailer. Once I'm happy with the load, I can get out and secure the back door.
Now I'm just going to go around and do my daily checks on the trailer. And as you can see, lights are working, top and bottom.
I check all the normal things on the trailers like the wheels, tyres and lights. But unlike the bulker and blower, I need to check the curtains for rips and tears and to make sure that they are not loose.
I've worked out where I'm going. I know exactly what's on the trailer, where it needs to come off. I know which way I'm going to the first farm. I'm a bit later than I was hoping to be. I was hoping to be there for 8 o'clock, but I think it's going to be about 8:30, 9 o'clock after that little mess up. But, you know, I could catch up. Hopefully. I want to get all this done today. Let's go.
I make my way out of the docks, being as quiet as I can in a lorry, as I know there are a lot of drivers getting their beauty sleep, and I head towards the M53. And you can already see the advantages of starting at this time in the morning and having very little traffic to contend with. I shoot off onto the M56 heading eastbound, and this will take me all the way up to the M6 near Lim services. I head south on the M6 and I follow it all the way down to an unusually quiet Birmingham where I pick up the M5 south. Eventually it starts to get a bit lighter and I take junction 11A on the M5 towards Birdlip. So far the traffic has been really good, but we are heading towards rush hour and Birdlip is one of those places that gets very congested at rush hour. And unfortunately my luck ran out on the A417. There is only one way into the place where I am tipping today because of a length restriction through Lechlade-on-Thames, so I need to go all the way down to Swindon before heading back up towards Lechlade-on-Thames. This place is a machinery dealership and has a nice big yard for me to drive the lorry into. The chap here is having about half the stuff on the trailer, so I make sure I take my paperwork so I can check it off as he takes it off, and to make sure that I don't accidentally leave with something that he was supposed to have. When I speak to the chap, we make a rough plan of the best way of taking it off. I unstrap all the items that he is having, starting with the trailer that he's going to take off first. There are a number of ways that people might take something off of the trailer depending on the equipment available to them. And for this particular trailer that is coming off first, he's decided he wanted to use his chains and comes off very steadily with some smooth driving. Some mesh sides also come with this trailer, and they are light enough to shimmy the pallet over to the other side of the trailer. While he is away dealing with the trailer, I move my curtain to the front as one of the items he needs is right on the back. Although when he comes back we decide to take the land leveller off next, which is light enough for us to both slide onto the forks. This means that I can strap the grass topper down again that is destined for somewhere else. He comes back for the mesh sides for the trailer that he took off just now, and that means that I can put the post that supports the roof back into place. The aerator is the next thing to come off, and we think about taking it out through the back doors, but unfortunately it looks like it's too wide to go out through the door pillars, so instead it comes out through the side, lifted by a chain. Someone else who works here comes out to help at this point, which gives me a bit of a chance to tidy up some of my straps and ratchets. And as that's the last item off, I can get the back doors closed and have a quick check around the trailer to make sure everything's secure before I leave. I make sure that my paperwork is signed, and then I close the curtains ready to head on my way. To get out, there is a gateway that I'm able to back into to turn around, and the chap is kind enough to watch me back as an extra set of eyes, which is always helpful in an Arctic, as when it bends you will always have limited visibility on one side or the other. And then I can pull out of the gate, back out onto the main road, adjusting my air to be on the safe side. The next place that I'm going is Exbridge, which is 130 miles from here and lies right on the border between Somerset and Devon, and sits just south of the Exmoor National Park. So I head back towards Swindon and get on to the M4, heading west. And once I get to the Almondsbury interchange at junction 20 of the M4, I take the M5, and that takes me right down to junction 27 for Tiverton, where I follow the A361 down to the next roundabout and follow signs for Bampton and Dulverton on the type of roads that I'm very much used to. I didn't come out this way very much with Wayne's, but I did come out this way quite a bit in my previous job to Wayne's, where I used to pick up milk from farms. And as much as it's a beautiful part of the country, it's not really designed for trucks. But hopefully that will just mean that I won't meet one coming the other way. Just before the depot, there's a low bridge that I can only just get under, but only just is good enough when this is the only way into the depot. I pull down and reverse up to the left into some spare ground that is used for unloading, and once again a nice big area to get unloaded and to turn around in.
I'm just going to go and find someone. All I've got is one item, which is a yard scraper, and it shouldn't actually be too hard to get off. So hopefully I won't be here long.
I find somebody straight away who is very helpful, and they've gone off to get a handler ready to unload me. So while he's doing that, I nip out and make sure that the curtains are open for when he gets back. The yard scraper is on its own at the back, so I get onto the trailer and I make sure it's unstrapped, ready for when he gets here. He brings out some straps so he's able to lift it off, and he feeds that through the bar so that the loop is at the top. Then when he comes in with the handler, I can guide the loops onto the forks. It's quite light, so it lifts off very easily. And as he lifts it out, I just guide it gently. It's only that one item for here, so I close the curtain up and make sure that it's tight and secure. I also get the chap to sign my paperwork before I leave, as proof of delivery.
That one was nice and easy, literally took me 10 minutes. And now I'm off to South Molton with a topper.
Because there is only one way I can come into this depot at Exbridge because of the size of my vehicle, it also means that I have to go the same way out, back under the low bridge and back down the narrow winding roads towards Tiverton. It's only about 10 miles from the depot at Exbridge to the main A361, but it will take me around 25 minutes on these slow, windy roads. The next drop is at South Molton, which is 28 miles away from the depot at Exbridge, and will take around 45 minutes to get there.
I'm just going to go and find somebody and hopefully I can get unloaded.
I pop into the office and let them know that I have a grass topper for them, and they are going to send somebody out to unload me. So whilst I'm waiting, I get the curtain open and unstrap the topper, ready for when they get here. The grass topper is in the middle, so I need to pull the curtain almost all the way back. Grass toppers have blades underneath them, so they must be set in a certain position so that when the forks go underneath and lift the grass topper, the blades won't get caught and bent. We do this successfully and the grass topper comes off nice and easily. Then all that's left to do is pull the curtain across nice and tight and clip it down. I also need to go and see the chap to get him to sign my paperwork as proof of delivery.
That's that done and dusted, so now I'm going to ring the next place and see what time they shut, and hopefully I can get unloaded tonight.
I find out that the next place closes at 5 o'clock and it's going to be touch and go as to whether I get there. So I head off straight away with no hesitation. Luckily, this yard is easy to turn round in and I can quickly get on my way. I head out of the industrial area in South Molton and back onto the A361, which is also known as the North Devon Link Road. The Link Road has had roadworks for what feels like quite a few years, so it's a bit slow going to start with. I will follow the A361 all the way down to Barnstaple, where I'll then take the A39. And as I come round the corner, I spot local bulker firm Hayes. His tag axle is up, meaning he's empty, so he's either just tipped somewhere or he's on his way to a farm. The next machinery dealership I'm going to is in St Callum in Cornwall, which is only 77 miles from South Molton. However, on these long, windy roads, it will take me around 2 hours. And unfortunately, I also have to stop for a break.
Just pulled in for a break, and the annoying thing about taco breaks is you have to have them. I could have done without it. I could have done with pushing on and getting to this delivery, but I don't think now I'm going to be able to make it, but we'll see. I think I am being optimistic. I'm normally quite optimistic, thinking, yeah, I will get there, but I think this time I might actually lose. Gary Pratt. Well, after twiddling my thumbs for half an hour, I can now move on.
As I get closer to the depot in St Callum, it's also getting closer to 5 o'clock, but I'm still hoping that maybe I can catch them just before they leave, as it's only one item to come off the front of the trailer.
Well, I am here and unfortunately I am late. Only just, but late is late and they have shut up and gone home. So my backload, I don't need to be there until 10 in the morning. So actually, if they open at 8, I can get this off, get down the road for 10 o'clock. So it will probably work out quite perfectly. And to be fair, I have done 9 hours and 57 minutes driving to get here. So I wasn't going to get any further anyway.
And I have got a nice quiet spot for the night.
But anyway, time for some tea and I need to set up my table. One thing that I did prefer about the Scania was actually there's a table like built in and you just pull it out. Whereas this, you have to actually put it together yourself every time you want to eat. What am I doing wrong? Right, tonight I have jacket potatoes, so what have I got to go with them? And I'm going to do some beans and an egg with it. Oh, and I have got some new merch out. I've kind of listened to what everybody has said, and a lot of people wanted different coloured t-shirts, so I'm actually going to be doing some navy blue t-shirts as well as the red t-shirts, and some sweatshirts that aren't hoodies, so they will be on the website, and that's at f28print.com. That's got going for longer. It's not hot enough. I'm probably going to overcook it now, but well, finally everything cooked. It's mad, it didn't take this long last night. Maybe I had less. Tea time. I'm actually quite hungry, so I'm going to enjoy this. That's me all tucked up in bed, and hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep ready for tomorrow. Thanks for watching.